Today we will see the properties of concrete and reinforcement steel. Myself, Dr. Sakai Ruban, Professor and Head, Department of Civil Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Kanyakumari. So the property of concrete normally influenced by some other factor like proportion of cement, sand, aggregate and water. Some other properties like grade of concrete, compressive strength of the concrete, characteristic strength, tensile strength, creep of concrete, then stringage, unit weight of the concrete, durability of concrete, modular ratio and Poisson ratio. So these are the general property for concrete. Let us see one by one in brief. First one is a grade of concrete and strength properties like compressive strength and design strength. So concrete is known by its grade by design by M15, M20, M30 like. So that which M letter refer mix number, 15, 20 denotes the compressive strength. That compressive strength how we can find out that 150 mm cube for 28 days we have to find out the strength. This is expressed in Newton per mm square. Next is a tensile strength. The estimate of flexural tensile strength or the modulus of rupture or cracking strength of the concrete from cube compressive strength obtained by the relation FCR is equal to 0.7 FCK Newton mm square. Actually the tensile strength of the concrete is negligible since they have a high compressive strength. The tensile strength of the concrete is direct tension is obtained experimentally by split tensile test, like we are using the cylinder by find out the split tensile strength. It varies from 1 by 8 to 1 by 12th of the cube compressive strength. Next one is a creep in concrete. The creep is defined as a plastic deformation under sustained load. Creep strain depends primarily on the duration of sustained loading. According to the codal provision, the value of ultimate creep coefficient is taken as 1.6 at 28 days of loading. Next important property is stringage of concrete. The property of diminishing in volume during the process of drying and hardening in terms called as a stringage. It depends mainly on the duration of the exposure. If this strain is prevented, it produces tensile stresses in the concrete and hence concrete develop cracks. Okay, next see the modular ratio. It is the ratio of modulus of elasticity of steel to the modulus of elasticity of concrete. The short-term modular ratio is called ES by EC. ES is the modulus of elasticity of steel, normally taken as 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. EC is the modulus of elasticity of concrete, 500 root of FCK Newton per mm square. This is taken from the codal provisions. The modulus of elasticity of concrete changes with time, age at the loading. The modular ratio also changes accordingly. Taking into account the effect of creep and stringage, partially IS code gives the following expression for the modular ratio. The long-term modular ratio M is equal to 280 divided by 3 sigma CBC. Sigma CBC nothing, the permissible compressive stress due to bending in concrete in Newton per mm square. Let us see the Poisson's ratio. The Poisson's ratio normally varies from 0.1 for high strength concrete and 0.2 for weak mixes. It is normally taken as 0.15 for strength design and 0.2 for serviceability criteria. Then durability of concrete. Durability is the ability to resist collapse and decay. One of the chief characteristic influence the durability of concrete is the permeability to increase of water and other potentially deleterious material. The desired low permeability in concrete is achieved by having adequate cement, sufficient low water cement ratio, by ensuring full compaction of concrete and by adequate curing. Finally, the unit weight of the concrete. The unit weight of concrete depends on percentage of reinforcement, type of aggregate, amount of voids. It varies from 23 to 26 kN per meter cube. The unit weight of plain and reinforced concrete specified by IS 456 are 24. For a plain cement concrete 24 and RCC, that reinforced cement concrete, is 25 kN per meter cube respectively. So these are the properties, general properties of concrete. Okay, let us see the properties of reinforced steel. So it having the high strength with better elongation, excellent weldability, it having the resistant to fire hazards, excellent ductility, steel having the higher fatigue strength, easy to workable at site, better bonding strength, finally better corrosion resistance. First of all, see the elongation of the steel. Elongation is the degree to which the material can be stretched or compressed before it breaks. It is expressed as a percentage of length being tested and is between the tensile strength and the yield strength. Next is the weldability. It is the ability of any material, usually metal and alloy, to weld with a similar material. Next one is fire resistant. Steel is a durable, non-combustible fire resistant material. When properly designed and constructed, steel forming can preserve its structural integrity in the event of a fire and expose to the prolonged elevated temperature. Next one is the ductility. Ductility is the ability of material to be drawn or plastically deformed without any fracture. The ductility of steel varies depends on the type and level of alloying element present. And increasing in carbon, for example, will increase the strength and decreasing the ductility. Next is the higher fatigue. The higher fatigue strength, the highest stress that a material can withstand for a given number of cycles without any breaking. Next is the easy workability at site, because it is already fabricated in the industry itself, so it having a required shape and dimension, so it is easy to work in the site. It having the better bonding strength. The bond strength is measure of effectiveness of grip between concrete as well as steel. So finally, the better corrosion resistance. Many steel products are given a long-term protection through zinc or minerals of zinc and aluminium or zinc and titanium being applied to the steel. So it having a better corrosion resistance. It is all about the properties of concrete and steel. Thank you so much.